Hello! Welcome to the Evolved HR and subscribe to our channel for more useful videos. We have a recommended list of books in the description box. Did you know that JAFZA, also called JAFZA, is home to over 10,700 companies, including 100 Fortune 500 firms? This free zone is a pivotal player in the UAE's economic landscape, driving logistics, trade, and industrial development. Operating within JAFZA offers unique benefits like tax exemptions and 100% foreign ownership. Companies enjoy a streamlined business setup, making it an attractive hub for global enterprises. In JAFZA, employment agreements are crucial. Each contract must be JAFZA approved, detailing salary, job title, and duration. Compliance with UAE's updated labor law is essential, especially the fixed-term rules. A simple analogy is to think of a country with a federal system, like the USA or Germany. UAE Federal Labor Law, Law number 33 of 2021, is like the federal law. It applies to everyone in the country by default. However, individual states, in this case JAFZA, have the right to create their own laws on specific matters, as granted by the Constitution. If a company is in Dubai mainland, it follows the federal labor law, the state law. If a company is within the gates of JAFZA, it follows JAFZA's own employment law, the special zone law. You must forget the standard UA labor law as your primary reference. Your Bible becomes the JAFZA Employment Regulations Handbook. While many principles are similar, for example, the concept of end-of-service gratuity, the specific details, for example, calculation, notice periods, leave entitlements, can and do differ. JAFZA has a different court system. This is a huge practical implication. A dispute with an employee in a mainland company goes to the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratisation (MOHRE), and then potentially to the Dubai courts. A dispute with an employee in JAFZA cannot go to MOHRE or the Dubai courts. It must go to the JAFZA Dispute Resolution Center, DRC. This is a mandatory first step. The DRC operates in English and has its own procedures and judges. On the mainland, your government interface is MOHRE for labor matters and GDRFA for immigration and visas. In JAFZA, your single government interface for both labor and immigration is the JAFZA authority itself. You use the JAFZA portal and deal with JAFZA officials for everything from issuing employment contracts to processing visas and work permits. Contract is king because JAFZA operates under its own legal framework. The JAFZA-approved employment contract is the supreme document governing the employer-employee relationship. You are required to use their specific template. The terms you write into that contract are critically important, as they will be enforced by the JAFZA DRC based on JAFZA's own laws. For example, in JAFZA, the entitlement is 2 calendar days for each month of service in a year. This works out to 24 days per year, and on the mainland, it is 30 days. You will end up giving more leaves if you do not follow the JAFZA rulebook in JAFZA. Standard working hours in JAFZA are 48 hours per week, with a 1-hour meal break. During Ramadan, hours are reduced by 2, reflecting cultural sensitivity and legal compliance. Employees are entitled to overtime pay, annual leave, and public holidays as per UAE law. Familiarity with these policies ensures fair treatment and employee satisfaction. In JAFZA, the standard working week is 48 hours, 8 hours per day, 6 days a week. During Ramadan, working hours are reduced to 6 hours per day. Employees are entitled to 2 calendar days per month for the first year of service, which equates to 24 days per year. For the sick leaves, entitlement is typically 90 days per year, but often with varying levels of pay, full pay for the first 15 days, half pay for the next 15 days, and unpaid thereafter. 1. Always check the latest JAFZA regulations. Let's understand termination and notice periods in JAFZA. The rules for ending the employment relationship are clearly defined. Notice period, standard notice period is 30 days, unless otherwise specified in the contract, but it cannot be less than 30 days. Termination for cause, immediate termination without notice, is possible for specific grave offenses listed in the JAFZA law. For example, gross misconduct, assault, fraud. Termination without cause. The party terminating the contract without a cause specified in the law must serve the notice period or pay the equivalent in lieu of notice. End of service gratuity. Calculations for end-of-service benefits are similar to the mainland law, but must be checked against the latest JAFZA regulations. It's based on length of service and final basic salary. JAFZA has specific and strict rules regarding probation. For example, the maximum duration for probation period cannot exceed 6 months. Let's understand about the termination during probation. An employer can terminate an employee during probation with 14 days' notice. However, if an employee wishing to leave must give 30 days' notice, there is a risk involved that if an employee on probation resigns to join another company within JAFZA or any other UAE free zone, the new employer may be liable to reimburse the previous employer for recruitment costs. This is a complex area that requires careful handling. Dispute resolution mechanism in JAFZA is different. You cannot go to the UAE mainland courts for a JAFZA employment dispute. You must go to JAFZA Dispute Resolution Center, drc.c. All employment disputes must be filed with the JAFZA DRC. This is a mandatory first step. Process is the DRC will first attempt conciliation. If that fails, the case can be heard by a special tribunal within the DRC. The language used in proceedings are English, which is a significant advantage for international HR professionals. Like mainland companies, JAFZA companies are required to use the WPS to pay their employees' salaries through a registered UAE bank or financial institution. This ensures transparency and timely payment. Let's talk about the insurance and benefits. Health insurance. It is mandatory for JAFZA companies to provide health insurance for all employees. This is a condition for visa renewal. Gratuity versus pension. There is no company pension scheme. The end-of-service gratuity is a standard benefit upon termination, resignation. To summarize, an HR must do the following. 1. Obtain the official governing documents. As an HR, you must secure the latest versions of the JAFZA employment law and employment regulation. These documents are your primary legal reference. Do not rely on the UAE mainland federal labor law, as JAFZA operates under its own autonomous legal framework. All policies and decisions must be grounded in these specific rules. 2. Use the mandatory contract template. Exclusively use the official JAFZA employment contract template for all new hires and renewals. It is a legal requirement. The template is designed to align with JAFZA's law. Modifying its core terms, for example, probation, termination, notice periods, can render it invalid and lead to non-compliance penalties. 3. Build key relationships. Proactively connect with your company's public relations officer and the JAFZA customer service team. These contacts are your operational lifeline. They provide expert, first-hand knowledge on application processes, documentation, and rule interpretation, saving significant time and preventing errors. 4. Master the JAFZA online portal. This portal is the central platform for all critical transactions, including employee visa processing, contract registration, renewal, and cancellation. Efficiency here directly impacts operational speed. 5. Align internal HR policies. Conduct a full review of your company's HR policies, for example, leave, expenses, code of conduct, grievance procedures, to ensure they are explicitly aligned with the boundaries and requirements of JAFZA law. Policies designed for other jurisdictions may conflict with JAFZA regulations. This alignment mitigates legal risk and ensures consistent, enforceable people management practices. 6. Engage specialized legal counsel. For complex matters such as senior executive agreements, non-compete clauses, or major disciplinary disputes, engage a legal firm with proven expertise in JAFZA and UAE free zone law. Standard legal advice based on mainland UAE law may be incorrect or inapplicable. Specialist counsel ensures your actions are defensible within JAFZA's unique dispute resolution system.